everyone, welcome to my channel. Before we begin, I just want to remind you that I have an Etsy page now where you can get personal email readings from me if you want. The link to that Etsy page is going to be in the description box below, and there's also some art in there as well if you want to check that out. So once again, this reading is, the purpose of this reading is to depict just some messages from the universe and your spirit guides and just the cosmos in general, just some messages here for you. So without further ado, I'm going to count down to 10 and I need you to choose between the three piles here. So we have pile 1, 2, 3, we have a fan, we have some red shoes, and then we have a teapot. So I'm going to count down to 10. Don't think about it too much. Just choose the first pile that resonates with you right off the bat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you've made your choice, I'm going to go ahead and start with the first pile, the fan. So let's see, what do we have in store for the first group? Let's move this fan. So here we have the moon. Interesting. That may be of some significance later, but I'm going to let's unravel the other cards and see what else might be in store here. Let's see, we have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Wands, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And then here we have the moon as an overreaching message. And then here we have, we have the King of Swords. And then we also have, I'm trying to make space. So we also have, we have Y, and then we have Visionary. Okay, so what I'm seeing here overall is, maybe give me a moment to just kind of put it all together. Okay, so I think what your spirit guides may be trying to tell you is that you may not know it yet. It's right now concealed, barely showing in the moonlight, but you're meant to be a visionary of some kind. So someone who is willing to or has the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. So a willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So I think you're meant to be a visionary of some kind. You might be fighting for a cause. There's something that's really important to you, but it's new. So this is the Page of Wands, which means it may be something new that you're passionate about, something that you've just begun embarking on. And to be honest, it's saying that you may need some money. You may need to raise some money before that, raise some funds, or be in a place where you're financially capable of supporting this cause or this vision that you may have, whether it be a social justice type of cause, or something that you've always been passionate about as a child, or maybe when you were younger, or maybe even something, once again, a new passion that sparked this new sort of feeling that this is what I need to achieve in the world. And here I'm seeing why. So I think this card is definitely telling you to question things, like allow yourself to open your mind, allow yourself to ask yourself questions that you never really asked yourself in the past. Allow yourself to delve in, do research about this new passionate endeavor that's sparking your interest, because you are meant to be a visionary, even if you're not going to be famous, even if you're not going to be super wealthy necessarily or well known, it's still you're meant to make a difference in some way in the world. And here we have King of Swords. It's saying stay strong, stay true to your cause, and keep going, because you will emerge victorious in this cause that you're now, maybe a new passion, or maybe something that's always kind of been inside you that's been recently sparked through a new passion. But yeah, keep going. I mean, that's the overlying message here. And don't be afraid to ask yourself questions that you've never explored. Yeah, so I hope this was interesting. I hope this was helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And once again, I just want to remind you that I have an Etsy page available now if you want a personal reading from me. And the link to that Etsy page is going to be in the description box below. So without further ado, I'm going to move on to the second group. Let me just move these cards out of the way. Actually, I'm just going to move them totally out of the way. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to move on to group 2, the red shoes group we have here. So what do we have in store for group 2? Let's see. So the overreaching message is the key. And then we have some more cards here. Let's see. So we have justice. Justice is wow, interesting. And then we have the King of Cups, and we've also got the Six of Cups, and then some more messages. Let's see, we have the Four of Rods, and then we also have here we have deep knowing, and then we have warrior. Wow, interesting. Okay, so give me a moment to put this all together. What could this mean? Okay, so I'm getting this message that you may kind of already know what's going on. If you ever thought, wow, okay, what is the universe trying to tell me? What are my spirit guides trying to tell me? If you've ever asked yourself that, I'm kind of getting the impression that you already intuitively know, or you already kind of picked up on it by now, because we have the deep knowing card here. You are a very naturally intuitive person. I'm seeing here, and but there's something, I think, overreaching. You want to unlock something. Maybe it's a secret or something that will allow you to get to a higher place, whether that be emotionally, mentally, spiritually, what have you. You want to unlock that. You have a fighting spirit of a warrior. You are a survivalist. I think you really survive. I may be getting some fire energy. So maybe Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. That's kind of resonating here. If it's not in your sun sign, it could also be in your moon sign. Some fire energy there. So I'm getting in that, in order to unlock whatever this is, whether it be a way to get to that higher place that you want to get to, even though you already have a lot of intuitive feelings, intuitive vibes about this, a lot of intuitive insight. Maybe you've been having interesting dreams lately, some sort of, I think maybe subconscious epiphanies, or just secrets in general have been coming to you, maybe in your dreams, or maybe even when you're daydreaming. Just random ideas, random thoughts have been definitely showing up, I think. So here I'm seeing that whatever this higher place you're trying to unlock or get to, this place comes from a place of that fighting spirit that you have, and it comes from a place of karma, like an evening out of a past life experience, maybe even. So maybe even like involving a twin flame or some kind of past life experience that's trying to level itself out. It's trying to somehow balance itself out. Interesting. And here I'm seeing a need for you to really take some time to really get to know yourself emotionally, really connect with that intuitive, deep knowing, those dreams, once again, that I mentioned that you've been having. Really allow yourself to connect to that aspect of yourself, and maybe even take some time to reflect on your past, represented by the Six of Cups, to really reflect on your past, reflect on your dreams, reflect on what your subconscious is really trying to tell you. Open yourself to your subconscious. And that key that you're looking for to unlock that path or that road to that higher place is going to appear. It's going to lend itself to you, as long as you do that. And I think maybe there may even be something maybe related to a union of some kind. It may not be like a marriage or that kind of a union, but could even be like a union, business union, a coming together of groups or ideas. Something, I think that's what you're seeking, or it's related to something that you're seeking, that higher place that you're trying to get to. And once again, the overlying message advice for you here is to really take that time to connect with your subconscious, your emotional, spiritual self. Really open yourself to these dreams. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to clear that blockage, whatever it may be, to open those doors wide open. Open those doors, allow those dreams, those thoughts, your subconscious ideas to flow in, and that's going to lend itself to that key. Okay, so I hope this was helpful and interesting for you guys. So like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And once again, I want to remind you, group 2, that I now have an Etsy page where you can get personal readings from me. And the link to that Etsy page is going to be in the description box below. And there's also some art in there if you want to check that out. So without further ado, I'm going to move on to the third group. So the last group, last but not least, we have the Teapot group. So let's see what we have in store for you guys. So first card here we have the dog. So some overlying message here that has to do with that card. And then we have the Tower. We have Ace of Wands, and then we have Seven of Pentacles. And then we have another card, Three of Cauldrons, or Three of Cups, whichever way you want to call it. And then we have the Child Wounded card. So it awakens, let's see if I can read this. So awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens a learning path of forgiveness. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Child Wounded card, and then we have, oh wow, okay, soulmates. That wasn't a subtle card at all. It was just like bam. But okay, so just give me a moment to kind of just connect all this together and see what might be going on here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that I think that your spirit guides, universe, cosmos, whatever energy it is that's out there, is trying to tell you that you're headed towards some kind of soulmate connection, or it's around you at the moment. And that's going to come in the form of a really loyal sort of presence in your life, extremely loyal, kind of like a dog, like an old friend, or someone who just feels like an old friend. There may be some twin flame energy. That's kind of energy that you get when it comes to the dog, like loyalty, like old friend type of kinship. May even be a new person, but they just really feel like an old friend, someone that you've known for a really long time, but you may not really know why exactly. And here I'm seeing the Tower. So this isn't going to be a slow build up. I think subconsciously, somewhere deep down inside, you're going to know that this is the real deal. It's really not going to be a gradual, slow burn type of situation. Like, someone's going to come in and it's going to just feel like, I've known you. I feel like I've known you forever, but I've just met you, or like I just met you, maybe a year ago, but suddenly I feel like, or I've always kind of felt like I've known you my whole life, or maybe like we grew up together or something like that. But you maybe can't quite connect the dots, or you don't really know why. And then here we have the Ace of Wands. So this is not, let's just say, subtle. Like, you feel a lot of passion for this person, and they feel a lot of passion for you, and it's not subtle. Like, you're extremely attracted to each other, physically. No doubt about that. Maybe you've always been attracted to this person, but maybe something might have awakened it. Like, maybe you haven't seen this person in years, and then you suddenly reconnect, for whatever reason that may be, and then you just feel like, oh my God, this person is really hot for some reason. I've never really thought of them that way. But suddenly it's just going to hit you. It's not going to be subtle once again. It's going to be like bam, like passion. You just feel it. And I wouldn't question it. I would just kind of go with the flow, in my opinion. And then here we have, this is payoff. Something good fortune that's been coming for a long time that you're due, that you've been putting a lot of, I think you've been putting a lot of work into yourself, emotionally and spiritually. So whatever this good fortune is that's coming your way, it's something that's been due for a while now, that you've really been doing the work. So that's good. And then we have Three of Cauldrons. So I think you're maybe going to meet this person via like your group or team or some form of community type of situation. Like, they may be part of your team at work, or maybe they're part of your group. Like, if you're part of like an old group, like the same alma mater, same, maybe you did extracurricular activities together in the past, or you've known this person maybe through school or work or some form of like group or community setting. I'm seeing that that's how you originally met this person, or you will meet this person through that kind of avenue. And okay, so here we have Child Wounded. So I think this is the one serious card here that's maybe saying that you have some past hurt, some past childhood wounds that you're just now coming to terms with, or just now really fully healing from. Or if you were, once again, working on yourself, really putting in the work on yourself, or putting in the work towards yourself, towards your emotional, subconscious, spiritual self, that process has been going on because I think you've known that maybe there's some childhood wounds there that you've been needing to heal, that you've been putting a lot of work into healing, and that's paying off. because once again, we have these really wonderful things going on. We've got passion, it's hitting you really hard just all at once, all of a sudden, even if you might not have felt that way towards this person in the past. Maybe they got a new job, maybe they, lost weight, maybe they just have a different sort of, sort of a vibe about them, but you don't know what it is, but you feel a lot of passion for this person, and they feel a lot of passion for you, a lot of attraction. And it's not always physical. It could be, even just like mental or some sort of spiritual pull, and once again, going back to that feeling of like, I feel like I've known this person for so long that you just don't know why that is. You just feel maybe, yes, like a twin flame sort of energy there. Yeah, so I hope this was interesting and helpful for you guys, group 3, the Teapot group. I just want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. And once again, I have an Etsy page now where you can get personal email readings from me if you so wish. And I also got some art in there, so check it out when you've got time. So I hope everyone's staying safe and sane during this time. I hope this could cheer you up a bit. And I hope that you just enjoyed it overall. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.